Ego death, shedding illusions and reclaiming the soul. Soul Trilogy, Part 1. Have you ever felt like everything you believed about yourself, your life, your place in the world was a carefully constructed lie? Have you had that moment of terrifying clarity where it seems like the mask is peeling off, but underneath it, there's nothing? No identity, no certainty, just silence. This isn't a breakdown, this is just the beginning. Welcome to the first doorway of the Soul Trilogy, Ego Death, the part of your journey where you don't just question the illusion, you dissolve it. This video is part of our awakening and personal growth playlist, a deep exploration of awakening and spiritual evolution. Over the next 3 chapters, we'll spiral through the illusion, ego death, memory or divine memory, and embodiment or soul embodiment. Each video is a standalone, but when experienced together, they create a map to remembering who you truly are. So let's begin where all true transformation starts, by facing what is false. What is ego death? Ego death isn't about losing your mind. It's about losing the false self, the conditioned personality, the persona you've carefully shaped to survive in the world. The ego is built on survival and separation. It tells us, you are your achievements, you are your failures, you are your trauma, you are your roles, daughter, mother, employee, partner, but who you are without all of that. Ego death is the collapse of the scaffolding. It feels like dying because something is dying. But what dies is not you, it's who you thought you were. Many ancient traditions talk about it. In Buddhism, it's the annihilation of the self to reach nirvana. In Gnosticism, it's waking from the dream spell of the demiurge. In psychology, it's the disintegration of the false identity to meet the true self. Science, you're experiencing ego death. So how do you know you're going through it? Here are some common signs. 1. Intense identity crisis. Who am I really? 2. Disillusionment with beliefs, systems, and roles. 3. Feeling like the world is fake or surreal. 4. Loss of motivation for things you once chased. And 5. Periods of isolation and emotional turmoil. It can feel dark, even hopeless, but this is the void where rebirth happens. Why ego death feels like a crisis? Well, the ego will fight for survival. It will gaslight you into thinking you're broken, tell you to numb the pain or distract yourself, and attach you to identities that no longer resonate. Why? Because it was designed to protect you. The ego isn't evil, it's outdated. It was useful when you were a child navigating trauma or society's expectations, but you've outgrown it. Ego death feels like a crisis because it is a rupture in the matrix of the self. You're stepping outside the simulation. What comes after ego death? Once the illusions fall away, something else begins to rise. You start to feel vast stillness beneath thought. You begin to sense your soul not as a concept, but a presence. Synchronicities increase. Old patterns fall away. You stop reacting and start witnessing. This is the real you, emerging. Not the image, not the character, but the being. My take and own reflection. So I went through my own ego death, and it shook everything. I questioned my relationships, my purpose, my entire sense of reality. But what I discovered was this: you are not your thoughts, you are not your pain, you are not your story. You are what's beneath the story. And the truth, once seen, cannot be unseen. This is not the end. This is the beginning of your return. If this message resonated, subscribe and share it with someone else awakening. This is the part one of our Soul Trilogy. Next up, the Divine Memory, where we'll explore how truth was birthed and how your soul still remembers. Until then, trust the unraveling. The false must fall away before the truth can rise.